It's a citywide celebration as New Orleans is welcoming the Super Bowl. Everywhere you look around the city and surrounding region, there are special events, huge gatherings, street parties, concerts, and a lot of money being spent.
We're expecting a really, really good bump for the entire city. Everybody should do very well.
Superdome Management Team Vice President Doug Thornton says hotels are packed, so are restaurants, bars, venues, museums, other attractions, and streetcars. And we're here in downtown New Orleans, standing right in between the Superdome and the Convention Center, which isn't a bad walk. And Jay Cicero is here with the New Orleans Sports Foundation as New Orleans hosts a record-tying 11th Super Bowl. Jay, how have you been so successful in attracting Super Bowls over the years here to New Orleans? Why the Crescent City?
New Orleans is obviously a fan favorite and an NFL favorite. However, it takes a lot of work in a bid process to remain competitive with other cities who have either new stadiums or who have the desire to attract a Super Bowl to their city. So obviously the ambiance of New Orleans, our unique culture, history, the French Quarter, walking distance are all assets. But now it takes a competitive bid.
So you're blessed that you have a city that has, 30,000 hotel rooms within walking distance to all of the major attractions where the game will be played, where fans will spend time. But you also have to make some pretty lofty promises, and you did this time as well, to the league to get them to bring the game back.
We absolutely made a lot of promises. You have to commit to a lot of things.
This time around, had to tell the league to do $650 million in upgrades to the Superdome amongst the other commitments made to get the game to come back here a record 11th time. Why is it worth all of that work and all of that coordination to bring the game back so time after time?
Well, the Super Bowl is a driving force to get projects done. A renovation of the Superdome is not only just for the Super Bowl, but it's for the regular season Saints games. It's for the Bayou Classic. It's for the Essence Festival. It's for the New Orleans Bowl, the Sugar Bowl. And so on all the other events that happen in the Superdome each year. And so when you look at it like that the Super Bowl is this driving force. It's been the driving force to get $25 million worth of street and infrastructure and other infrastructure projects done here in New Orleans. And so those will be here for decades. And so if that's what it takes to get all this done, to have a Super Bowl, then so be it.
Superdome General Manager Evan Holmes says they essentially had to gut and rebuild the interior of the Superdome to compete with all the new stadiums around the league that also want Super Bowls.
Frankly, excited to see what the new Superdome can do with the Super Bowl compared to when they were here in 2013. Two really completely different buildings.
Cicero says that construction project and all of the others are well worth it.
Well, it is a huge economic impact. There's no doubt about that. And in 2013, the last time we hosted it, it was $480 million economic impact. It's a big number. It certainly will be bigger this time around. We don't know exactly what it's going to be. But that's a big number in itself. The other impact is the media impact, and it's grown over the years. This is my fourth Super Bowl, and from 1997, there were 3,000 credentialed members of the media. Now there are 6,000 credentialed members of the media that will be here all week. Those types of opportunities only come along with an event like the Super Bowl.
Experts say that kind of exposure on TV, radio, the internet, social media, and print will bring millions of visitors for years to come, spending more and more money and keeping the economic party going far into the future. From construction crews to musicians, hotel and restaurant workers to security personnel, caterers to entertainers, and artists to laundry services, Super Bowl Impact is putting extra money in many pockets.
It's awesome to have a Super Bowl here. We're going to make some money.
Sierra Gramillion works at a local family-owned party rental supplier. She's reaping the benefits. At CCI Productions, a local business that specializes in printing, the couple of dozen employees have been working for months to make banners that will hang everywhere from inside the Superdome and around town for the Super Bowl to completely covering skyscrapers with 40-story murals, ads, and marketing.
it's cool to see it kind of all come together and knowing how many people put the hard work into it to make it happen.
Owner Paul Utterback says the big game brings big money to small business.
We'll do, 75% of our yearly revenue in 4 months.
So at the end of the year, how much do you think you're further ahead because the Super Bowl came to town?
Probably 50%. Yeah, it's an incredible boost, and it's an incredible undertaking.
Dave Nelson at True Value Rental echoes that.
Yes, we've started ramping this up back in September, and we've continued on. Now that it's here, it's kind of crazy. We've got a lot of things happening, but yes, it's definitely a huge impact to our business.
Both say it also means additional revenue for their employees.
We've been preparing for this for probably 3 years, so it's everybody here is bought in. Everybody does make more money. Everybody makes a lot of overtime, but it's not without sacrifice, right? So we've had a really good buy-in from everybody here on our team, and it's certainly a boom to everybody.
Utterback says all of the extra income is also rippling through the community as they buy more supplies, utilize more local services, and everyone makes more money and spends more money around town. He also says the exposure will help into the future.
The impact to small business is not just 1 year, right? Hopefully these things are catalyst and bedrock for a lot of people to build their business on.
And while many of the workers are indeed savoring the additional income, Gramillion notes she's ready for a break.
A lot of work, a lot of work. But we are excited, and it's beautiful.
Many are already asking, how soon can the game come back again? We're at the Murrow Convention Center here in downtown New Orleans. Here is where there are literally miles of exhibition space that have been dedicated to the NFL experience, Radio Row, and so many activities for fans to come and participate in leading up to the big game. Michael Hecht is the appointee of Louisiana's governor to coordinate all of the Super Bowl activities here in New Orleans. And Michael, that's a mountain of an appointment for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it was not on my bingo card a year ago, but when the governor asked, I jumped at it. I was in New York when we went after the Olympics with Dan Doctoroff, and I understood from that experience that even though we didn't win the Olympics in New York, it served as a catalyst for so many game-changing investments in the city for things like the High Line, for massive rezoning, for new stadiums for the Yankees and the Mets, for new subway lines. So I understood that a sporting event could be a forcing function for so many things beyond the event itself.
We talked about here in the convention center so much going on with tens of thousands of fans participating in the activities here, but this is just one of many sites. I walked over here through the downtown New Orleans area between the Superdome and the convention center, and just to see all the stages set up for outdoor venues, for music concerts during the lead up to the Super Bowl, to see all the venues with special events surrounding the Super Bowl. There's a whole lot of economic development going on that's not even directly part of what the NFL is doing here in New Orleans.
Yeah, you could say the direct impact might be $500 million. That's the T-shirts and hot dogs and beers. But then you get the indirect benefit of everything happening around it. But the real benefit is, I was with Roger Goodell in D.C. last week, and he talked about the 200 million people around the world that are going to see this game. The value of that, the goodwill, the brand benefit, you can actually calculate it, and its magnitudes more. It's actually in the billions of dollars of value. So we not only want to have a great game, we want to project New Orleans to the world that looks great, that feels great, and that welcomes people back after the game.
We know that there was $650 million in improvements put into the Superdome to attract the Super Bowl back to New Orleans. But just where we're standing, I can see the Four Seasons. They wanted to be completely renovated, reopened, and ready to go for the Super Bowl. Caesars built a brand new hotel and completely renovated and rebranded their casino. Billions of private dollars have been spent getting ready for this game as well.
That's absolutely true. In fact, if you look all through downtown, we calculate about $3 billion of investment that's happened recently, and there was no question that this game, February 9th, 2025, was the goal, was the deadline. And so when people ask, why do you go after major events like this, the point is that it's catalytic. It's catalytic for public investment. It's catalytic for private investment. And the benefit, if you do it right, will be enjoyed by residents for a decade or more after the event is over.
Michael Hecht, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry's Super Bowl coordinator, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'll see you at the game.